All right, good afternoon. We continue today's press conference. We have head coach Nick Cushing. If you have a question, please raise your hand. We'll get started with Adrian. Sorry, Andrew.
Hi, Coach. First question about James Sands. I was wondering if you could share any update on his health, knowing that he came off early after the bad tackle against Atlanta, and if you could comment on him now joining the U.S. team for the first time since he's been back with NYCFC, and sort of like what that means for you guys, knowing that he's supposed to play Saturday, 2 Saturdays in a row with the U.S. in between. So anything you could say about that, much appreciated.
Yeah, I think the US game is won't be a problem for James. I think we're hoping that he'll be ready for Saturday. It's pain tolerance and knowing that he's going to have 3 games in a week. Maybe I think we might have to be smart with James. He still has pain. Thankfully it wasn't anything serious, but it is, on the top of the foot, and there's a lot of pain there. And he's not been outside this week. Maybe this game comes too soon for him. I don't know, but there's no problem with the US national team. If our game was Tuesday, Wednesday, we'd have no problem with him. So, looking at 3 games in a week, that problem might solve itself simply, because it might end up just being 2 games, US and Dallas. We're so pleased for him because he has a huge determination to be in the national team, to play at the highest level, to continue to improve. And, when you work with guys like that put so much in and are so dedicated and, completely dedicate their life to wanting to be the best player that they can be, when they get recognition like a national team call up, we share the delight with him, and we want him to go and play well and enjoy it. And for me, it's thoroughly deserved.
Juan Carlos.
Hi, Coach. Thank you for the time. Just wanted to ask you, Queens is always kind of like an extra special place. I think the team plays, pretty well when they arrive in Queens. Being the first time and being how the atmosphere usually is, do you use that into an advantage when you prepare the games?
We always use our home field as advantage for us, whether it be Yankee Stadium or Citi Field. Is the atmosphere, the feel that we have, the connection that we have with the fans, is something really special for us. So it always helps in our preparation, and it's always a huge driver in the way that we want to play and the what we want to give to the fans, and we know what we give, we get back 10 times over in atmosphere, in noise, in support. The last time we were here at Citi Field was the Miami game, and it was an incredible occasion. It was a good performance, a great atmosphere, a really good connection. And, if we can get that again at Citi Field, we have a great chance to win the game. I think, I used earlier in the season before our home opener, even though it was at Yankee Stadium, that Miami game where, we just fed off the atmosphere in the middle of the game. We score the goals. The players have a really good connection with the fans, and it's a real special occasion. And if we do that week in, week out, we'll continue to create moments, and we'll create something really special.
Caroline.
Hey Nick, thanks for your time as ever. Thanks for the update on James. Just wondered how the rest of the squad were, and also obviously already played Nashville once this season. It feels like a lot's changed since then, but what were the learnings from that game?
Yeah, update on the squad is everybody has been healthy this week. Of course, we've had, some little knocks, like the James Sands one. We've had some players that have had, cumulative minutes without a lot of preseason minutes. So you've seen the likes of Gabriel Pereira come out, but, now he's in contention to start the game. We're in a really good place, and we're really pleased with the progress that we're making, whilst also being really aware that we need to improve in areas. The feel of the group, the hunger and the desire and the togetherness is growing every week. The chemistry between guys that probably didn't get preseason together or haven't played together, like, James Sands, Keaton Parks, those guys, the Santiago Rodriguez, Gabriel Pereira, they're growing every week without having the preseason together. So we're aware of that, but we're also impatient. We want to play well. We want to have the complete performance. We've reviewed and analyzed the last 3 games this week and looked at areas where we can be better, using the Atlanta game as that main focus, being the last game. Going into the Nashville game, we've had the fortune of playing them before away. You know, they're a really difficult team. They've got the best defensive record in MLS, you know, and that doesn't surprise me because of the way, you know, the desire and the hunger. They're really well coached. And they have a guy like Hani Mukhtar that is really, really dangerous. And we saw that in the game when they brought him on. You give him moments in counter-attack, you give him space in and around the edge of the box, he's going to create goals for himself or for others. And, you know, you see that in the Orlando game when they go away there. So, you know, they've proved they can win on the road. They've proved that they can defend really effectively. So it's going to be a really difficult game for us.
Chris Campbell.
Hey, Coach, 7 games in now. You guys have scored more than 1 goal in a game just once and shut out twice. What does the team need to do this Saturday in order to score more goals?
Continue to work, continue to attack space, continue to build that chemistry. You know, we want to score more goals. We want to be the team that we were this time last year, but we have to face the reality that we aren't the same team with a championship behind us. We don't have what we had. That is the reality. But at the same time, we're really excited in where we can take this team. And we are working every day. Thales Magno, Gabriel Pereira, Santiago Rodriguez. We've introduced Gabe Siegel into our team. We have Mateus Pellegrini working hard. You know, Richie Ledesma hasn't had a start yet. You know, we have all these guys that, you know, Andres Yasin is really pushing. Didn't play in the game, went and played for MLS2, created and scored a goal. So we are a different team and in a different place to where we were this time last year. So we can't expect the same results, but what we can expect is the same level of work, the same desire and hunger to improve. But, you know, and I have the same impatience that the players have, that the fans have. We want to be a team that can be like, you know, score 3-4 goals at Yankee Stadium, but we're working towards this. We are working hard to get there, and we'll continue to do that.
We'll go in the room, Roberto.
Hi, Coach. With Gabe Siegel, can you give us an evaluation on how he's progressing, starting as center forward, and how also by moving Thales to the wing, if that's helped his game a lot too?
Well, ultimately, you know, we put Thales in the 9, and Thales is going through the process of he's able to play there, but it's a different position to playing on the wing. His natural ability and his natural skill set is to carry and dribble the ball. So moving him onto the side gives him that opportunity, and you see that. And Thales is working incredibly hard to be more productive, to create chances, to score goals. And, you know, I see a guy out there that is working incredibly hard with the coaches in the video room, trying to improve his game, and he'll continue to do that. And you see, you know, when we get the ball to him, how dangerous we can be with him there. Gabe Siegel is more of a natural number 9 that wants to attack space, that wants to come and set the ball, that wants to occupy 2 central defenders and play in the box. But Gabe Siegel is a young player that is very inexperienced in MLS. And the one thing I will say is, you see 2 games, he has had areas of the game that are really, really good. But to be a real top striker in MLS, you have to score goals and you have to threaten the goal. He had 1 chance in the New England game, and he had 1 chance in the Atlanta game. And, you know, I think it's unfair to expect an inexperienced guy to come in and be a top-level MLS striker. But what we have to expect is a guy that is showing the hunger and the desire to improve every week and to become a guy that can contribute 10, 15, 18, what we've seen out of our top strikers here, you know, in the top level of MLS goal scorers. And one thing I can assure everybody is that guy is working harder than anybody, if not anybody in the league. He is an incredible worker and has an incredible desire and hunger. And that's why we put him in the team. We put him in the team because he deserves to play. And, you know, if we have a team of guys that continue to work, to want to improve with the team that we have, with the level of experience we have, we're only going to improve. And I'm pleased with the progressions that we're making, although I'm impatient and I want progression to happen quicker. The reality is we're on a journey and improving every week.
And final one, Michael Linder.
Nick, you mentioned James earlier and his absence. I'm curious if you think that, you also mentioned Richie Ledesma and him not getting a start yet. Is that something that you're thinking? You think Richie is physically ready for 60+ minutes in a game?
Well, whether he's ready for 60+ minutes is the big question. You know, a guy that hasn't played a lot of football previous to coming here, hasn't had the preseason with us. Is he ready to play in the team? Of course. You know, he's shown this week he's really hungry to play. He is in contention to start. Whether he has 90 minutes, you know, we just don't know because he hasn't played it. It's unlikely. But at the same time, it depends on how the game's going. It depends on, you know, what's the type of game we get. If we get the type of game that we want, you know, he'll be really effective in the game. One thing I can say about Richie Ledesma is I've been really pleased with his attitude and his desire and hunger to want to contribute, to want to get into the team, to want to improve, to want to get physically ready to play. And he's in a really good place compared to when he came in. And he's really hungry. You know, I speak to him this morning. He, of course, you know, when you see a guy like James Sands is maybe 50-50 and Matthias Pellegrini, you know, is, you know, with the cautions, you know, you see the opening and I see a guy that has the spark in his eye and wants to play. So he's definitely in contention to start the game.
Great. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.